I'll tell you something. Massive. Bigger than one Georgie going up the stairs.
The Carlisle pub stands in one of the roughest areas of inner-city Bradford. The Yorkshire Ripper's fourth victim went drinking here on the night of her death. She got into her killer's car outside the pub. She took him home to her flat. As she walked through the door, he attacked her with a hammer. Police found her body face down on the bed. Her name was Patricia Atkinson. She was 32. Her killer left a boot print on a blood-stained sheet. Forensic examination showed it was a size 7 Wellington, like the one which left an imprint on Emily Jackson's thigh. Otherwise, he left no clues. The identity of the killer of 4 prostitutes in 18 months remained a mystery. Then the 5th body was found. She died in the children's playground at Reginald Street in Leeds. She was not a prostitute. She was a shop assistant, and she was only 16. A new high-ranking police team stepped in to take overall control of Britain's biggest murder inquiry. For Detective Superintendent Dick Holland, 4 years at the top of the Ripper hunt began here, on Sunday, the 27th of June, 1977, when 2 young children found the body lying face down in a corner of the playground.
The girl was laid there. She'd been attacked and obviously mistaken for a prostitute. She was a young, pretty girl, and obviously it's not a very pleasant sight, and no matter how accustomed to such things you become as a senior investigating officer, it's not pleasant, and it does tell on you every time.
Her name was Jane MacDonald. She'd been on her way home from a Saturday night out. All the separate murder hunts now came together into one incident room under Assistant Chief Constable George Oldfield, West Yorkshire's top detective. 5 women were dead, but for the general public in Leeds, it was the death of 16-year-old Jane MacDonald which hit the hardest.
What sort of a girl was she? Beautiful, well-mannered, cheerful, always a smile for you.
And not like any of the others. She wasn't a bit like any others. She wasn't in their category at all.
It's just shocking for a young lass like that. She was beautiful.
Before Jane MacDonald, ordinary people in Leeds took false comfort from the Ripper's apparent obsession with prostitutes. The teenager's death cast a chill over every family in West Yorkshire. Any woman out on her own feared she might be the next.
502.52. 89.89. 5 by itself number 5.
Random serial killings are the hardest of all murders to solve.
106.16. Both the 4s, 44.
Because nothing but bad luck links each victim to her killer. But within only 2 weeks of Jane MacDonald's death, the police got a lucky break.
103.13.
A survivor.
7.70. 2.5.25.
Maureen Long was then 42. She was a keen dancer.
I used to love dancing. I used to go to Mecca at weekend and do a lot of dancing, and well, I used to have a drink and enjoy myself and everything, and go around with friends. women friends. I was well known in town.
Mrs. Long came out of the Mecca ballroom one summer's night in 1977 and accepted a lift from a stranger.
All I remember was trying to pick myself up, grabbing hold of grass to try and get up, and I kept falling, and I wondered what was wrong with me, and I kept falling back, and as I was trying to pull myself up, I fell again, and then I was screaming, and I heard this dog barking, and I heard someone say, "Oh, you're all right," and that's all I remember that night. When you get hit over the head, at back of the head, you can't remember things.
Police faced a classic Ripper attack. He didn't rape her or rob her. He hit her over the head with a hammer and stabbed her repeatedly in the body.
Do you remember waking up?
Intensive care unit, in a cot, like a cot, and I wondered what I was doing there, and I had all my hair shaved off.
Did you know what had happened to you?
Maureen Long never did remember anything about her attacker, and the police had no forensic evidence. When scientists examined the victim's clothes, they found nothing. It was the same in every attack. The Ripper left no hair, no blood, no semen, no trace. All the police had to go on were the perfect tyre prints found in the park where Irene Richardson died. Officers had established a list of 50,000 possible cars and spent 9 months trying to track them all down. A huge task, 3/4 completed when senior officers made a disastrous decision to abandon it.
It was decided that we hadn't the manpower to run 2 murder inquiries and a tyre inquiry with a diminishing return from the tyre inquiry. That was an unfortunate decision because the Ripper's car was in fact on the remaining uncompleted list.
Driving the same car, fitted with the same tyres, the Yorkshire Ripper left his usual hunting ground and ventured further afield. For the first time, he left West Yorkshire and crossed the Pennines.